Good afternoon. It is Thursday, May 29th. I am Bruce Leonard, and thank you for joining me. This is Bruce Leonard Leans Left. While it's still legal, still legal today. I say that every time because you never know when it might not. Still legal today. But things picking up. Like I said again, things happen fast in Trump land. When this guy is, first of all, I have a question right off the top. It seems like uh, there's been a slew of pardons all at one time. Reality TV people who were convicted of fraud, a cop who was convicted of selling police badges to people for $75,000. These are the law and order people. Remember this at all times. These are the law and order people. They want order and law. he pardoned the leader of the gangster disciples of Chicago, who ran his gang from inside the prison. Pardon? Now, that guy's not getting out because he has state charges. He's still got to serve 200 years or something. Now he's going from federal supermax prison to state prison, where he'll probably be killed if they don't put him in. I'm sure he has rival gangs that want to get him in the supermax. I'm sure he's in solitary, it's supermax. So that's why I can't wrap my head around. What does he get? What's up, John? What does he get out of pardoning the gang leader of gangs? They said because Kanye West asked him to do it. Now, I don't know how you feel about Kanye West, but the very fact that the president of the United States can be manipulated by a rapper, it's unbelievable. It's like, oh, I saw Yo Gotti leaving the White House. Someone getting a pardon. It's like, the fact that this guy just does whatever he wants, and his nut-licking people, they don't care what he does. They don't care. It's like he's the most brazenly corrupt person you've ever seen in your life, who lies constantly. He told them to fuck off. He's not going to give them any money when the tornadoes and hurricanes destroy their fucking towns. And they don't care. They still worship this guy. It's unbelievable. And and the free jet, it ain't free. They said it's going to cost $1 billion. They said, first of all, the Air Force said that the jet itself isn't even in very good shape. It's fucking worn down, broke down. It's a piece of shit. It's been sitting. It's like a car that you've had sitting in your front yard for 5 years. And you're like, hey, you want this car? $1,000. And they sure it's been sitting there for 5 years. It's like everything's fucking dried out and shitty. Anyway, they said it's going to cost $1 billion. The free plane all of a sudden costs $1 billion. And who's paying for that? Me and you. Taxes. We're going to fix up this plane for him. And then just give it to him, I guess, because it ain't going to be ready when he's president. So what, you're going to spend $1 billion and fix up this plane, and then go, well, here you go. It's unbelievable. Like, this is the real world. This is not like some bizarro comedy movie that you're watching. This is The real world. It's way crazier than any movie you could imagine. How did we get here? Oh no. Hey, Julia, don't sit here and watch this. Go to the hospital. That's when you know you got a fan. When they're like, I might be having a heart attack, but I'm going to watch for a while. It's like, no. Go to the hospital. Please. We love you. We want you to be here like tomorrow or the next day. Go to the doctor, please. But the fact that you missed Asanta, that sucks. I'm sorry. That's terrible. But anyway, how did we get here? How did we get to this point? They put out a health report. This is no shit. They put out a report, a health report that has things in it that aren't even real. This is the internet, like I said, conspiracy QAnon thing come to life, bro. These people are in charge of the they're in charge of the country. And then they believe what they believe, and they will do anything to try to tell you that that's what's true, even though it's not. And they will deny evidence that's right in their face and make shit up. They took away the grant to make a bird flu vaccine. Why would you do that? Because you're vaccines are bad. When did he do it to Senate? I won't take away your vaccines. Like, no. What are they doing? Take away the vaccines. Just what I said. Why do you even have those Senate hearings? All they do is lie. They fucking say whatever they think they can say. And the senators go, oh yeah, I trust them. Because once it's confirmed, how you get them out? I don't know. I mean, maybe there's an impeachment process for the health secretary, but these people are there. Dan Bongino was on Fox this morning. He's been in his job, what, a month? Yeah, watching the hospital. What's he been in his job? Like a month? He's on there crying. Oh, just sitting there, stare at the four walls, and you're like, dude, you only been on the job for a month. You wanted this job. Shut the fuck up. Oh, he goes, I'm not a victim or anything, but oh, it's terrible. It's like, well, then why are you bitching? Why are you whining like a? All these people. They're exactly what they accuse everyone else of being. They're soft. They cry all the time. I don't know if you saw what happened in Seattle. The mega Christians decided to have a rally or a march or some shit. Either way, they're going to walk down the street in Seattle and be assholes. And people were like, fuck you, because it's Seattle, you know, it's filled with progressives. They're like, fuck you. And then they go all over Fox News, oh, they don't want Christians being in Seattle and the Christianity, we're persecuted. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Christianity is persecuted. Meanwhile, you can't drive down the street here, where I fucking live, for every 5 miles is a church. Of every different kind of Christianity you can imagine. There's churches all over the goddamn place. On Sundays, you can hear the bells ringing. You know, if you're close enough, you can hear the choir singing. You're telling me you're persecuted. Go fuck yourselves. You're the ones been running this country all this time, and you see this shithole that you've created? You're telling me that you're persecuted. Please. The point is, If a nurse comes, yeah, Questel says you can use the stream to filter out the good hospital workers from the bad. Right. The nurse comes over and she hears me ranting about Trump. She gets mad. You know that. Probably not a good nurse. You know she didn't go to Harvard. It's unbelievable. And then today, I don't know if you saw this court. I want to read this to you because the Federal Trade Court declared that his tariffs are illegal because they are. Because he doesn't have the authority to do these tariffs like this broadly. Tariffs, if you don't know, the power of tariff is supposed to be with the Congress, but the Congress has kind of ceded that a little bit to the executive branch. Now, this is a thing that I've been saying for a long time. There's a problem in this country with the Congress for years and years has ceded their power. Yeah. Julius, you want to go into Trump Town and just turn this show up real loud? might cause a ruckus. Tell him it ain't you, it's me. I got my first hater today. Better I said I wanted some haters. Got a hater today on a short. I cut some of this shit. I learned how to cut little shorts out of this show, and it's driven up my viewership. It's working. Some of those clips got 1,000 views, and my show all of a sudden has, some of them have 45, 50 views. And, we've been hovering between, 5 and 10. So the viewership number went up significantly when I learned how to cut the little clips and then put them out as shorts. And then people see the short and they go, who is this guy? And then they click on the show and watch them. And, yes, Riot in the hospital. That's what I said ever since I was a kid, right? This guy's a troublemaker. Anyway, so some hater commented on my thing. I was like, oh, finally a hater. Yes, they are. I think the minimum, or one, it's like, there's a couple that got 1,000 or more views, and the others have hundreds, 500, whatever. So, yeah, it definitely helps. Yeah, well, that's why I said it's a slow crawl. That's what I was telling my mom. It's like, oh, look, these numbers are going up. It's like, they're not astronomical yet, but again, like, the more people watch, the more that you tell your friend, it's like, this show started from the basement, literally from the ground up. It was just an idea. It was like, hey, I gotta do something. Set this shit up, start putting on a show. But my friend up the street's been watching from the beginning, and he agreed with me and Danielle too, like that. I have gotten better. The show is it's a show now. Like when it first started, I didn't know what I was doing, so I'm just rambling in the basement. I didn't even have a backdrop or anything. It was just me sitting in the basement, and like, hey, I've never done this before. Now I said I think the show has a flow, and I found my stride as being able to tap into my own personality, and working without a script. Oh, here's the first thing that's funny. You should know. Okay, in 2023, Utah Republicans passed a ban on gender-affirming care, saying it was harmful to kids. But then, a study that they commissioned under that law contradicts that claim, which included thousands of transgender people. The conclusion was that gender-affirming care generated positive mental health and psychosocial functioning outcomes. Now, the Republican-led legislature is facing pressure to reconsider the ban. Exactly. Because, again, their beliefs are shit. Okay? If you have a trans kid, right? And you give them the care that they want and need, right? They become happy. They be positive. It's a positive outcome. Now, if you take that trans kid and you tell them, no, you're bad. Dan, what's up? You never watch. Flip over to YouTube, Dan, and then I can fucking get paid. Facebook don't pay shit. So I said, if you're watching on Facebook, go to YouTube because I need to drive my YouTube numbers up because YouTube will write a check. And now you can comment there, and I get those comments as well. But anyway, so if you take a trans kid, right, and you give them what they want, and you let them be who they are, they're happy, right? It's common sense. But if you take that kid and you tell him, no, what you want is wrong, and you're bad, and you can't have this care, and then they get shitty, and they might get depressed, they might kill themselves, or or whatever. You make them feel worthless. So what the fuck? You gonna tell me they their own law and study that they commissioned contradicted their belief that it was bad. Why? Because their belief is based on bullshit that they read on the internet, which we go all the way back to the health fucking report, which is basically internet propaganda released by the government as the word of a law or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's policy. It's government policy now. Internet propaganda, complete with made-up reports that don't even exist. Studies, they cited studies, didn't even exist. Said that they got this from pediatric medicine or something. The Journal of Pediatric Medicine, and Journal of Pediatric Medicine said, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about. We didn't write that. This is your government. You voted for this shit. It's unbelievable. People are going to die. Don't you understand this? People already have died. But they cut out USA. There's people dying right now on the other side of the world that would be alive right now if it wasn't for this shit. There'd be violence and all kinds of things that wouldn't ever happen if they didn't cut all this shit. And people don't seem to care. Because here's the other bullshit that they say. They go, we need to do this. We need to cut all this stuff, right? Because we need to take care of Americans. And then you see this bill, they're about to cut you off Medicare and all this other shit. They ain't taking care of you. If you fucking believe that, you're fucking, like I said, this country is filled with so many stupid fucking people. There's no fucking way that you could listen to a guy say to you that we gotta do all this stuff. We gotta cut all this stuff. We gotta save money so we can take care of Americans. And then they showed this bill. Well, how do you mean take care of Americans? Adding $4 trillion to the deficit and cutting Medicaid and food stamps for people that need it, and give a tax breaks to fucking rich people. They don't even do their own like if that's their philosophy, right? He says, "Oh, we got to cut all this stuff so we can take care of Americans." And then the tornado levels in town, and they go, "We need money." Fuck you, he says. And people take this shit, and they love this guy. I've never, ever seen anything like it. See, Julia, this is the thing I don't get, though. People say that. People say, she says, population control. I think they want to kill off millions of people, especially if they're brown and black. Yeah, but at the same time, they're begging people to have babies. I mean, well, white people. Let's clarify. They're begging all the white people to have more babies. It's not that either. Like Tom Homan. First of all, Tom Homan. They just put this out. Tom Homan is secretly a consultant for private prison companies that they're using to lock up all these immigrants. And they don't even hide their corruption anymore. It's right. I mean, how is that possible? How can he be an advisor for private prison companies and also be the guy who's rounding up all the immigrants that he's going to lock up in his prison that he can make money off of? It's the most evil enterprise ever invented by man. That's capitalism that's all the way, like on steroid capitalism, where it like we don't give, like we can't slave people. Okay, well, we'll build a prison. We'll put them in there. Then we'll charge the government for holding them. No, we're not making it work well. We're making it work a little, but are you kidding me? People used to say all the time, you're proud to be an American. Are you proud? I don't think people really think about all the things that goes on in this country and have gone on. Yes, Questos is she's going to take some Trump lovers' money tonight and use it on something they hate. Yes, exactly. Transgender hookers. What do they hate the most? If you could get transgender hookers to play sports somehow, I'll give you $50. You go down to the park and play basketball with a bunch of dudes. They'll really hate that. Oh my God. So, like I said, they're wrong about the transgender thing. And here's the other thing. So, the court, some business people who are going to be hurt by these tariffs, they went to the International Trade Court, which is a federal court, and they filed a lawsuit. Yes, Julia, go to the hospital, please, and message me later your health, please. Take care of yourself. Anyway, so the Federal Trade Court said that he doesn't have the authority to do it. We're getting right back to, I got sidetracked. That happens to me all the time, doesn't it? But back to the original conversation, that the Congress has the power to make tariffs, not the president. Then they're trying to use some bullshit emergency. It's a national emergency. That's what they say every time they want to do something illegal. They say, it's a national emergency and we need emergency powers. Which is what every dictator says. Even Palpatine who said it was like, well, I need emergency powers. Because someone tried to kill me. The Jedi. Must have a special emergency powers. So the court said it's not an emergency, and you don't have this authority. You're way overstepping your bounds. And it was a 3-judge panel and a 3-0 decision. One Democrat, 2 Republicans. I think one was appointed by Ronald Reagan. One was appointed by Trump. And the other one was appointed by Clinton, I think. And maybe Obama. Either way, 2 Republicans and a Democrat, they all agreed 3-0 that he doesn't have this fucking authority. So Trump immediately went to the appeals court like they always do, and said, "Hey, you need to file an injunction on this guy on this decision, so at least the tariffs will stay on while the appeals process is going." And of course, the court said, "Okay." They let him. So I'll read you the thing though. Federal Trade Court voided some of the tariffs the Trump administration imposed. Less than 24 hours later, a second court issued a similar ruling. But the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit issued a brief order granting the Trump administration's request to pause an earlier ruling that voided several of the president's tariffs. As a result, the tariffs are reinstated for now, while the appeals process goes on. But this is just more of tariffs on, tariffs off. Mark it up, mark it down. It's like, yes, invest in the United States because we're so stable and reliable and truthful. Oh my God. And now, like they said, they were trying to negotiate all these trade deals. That was the other part I wanted to know. How the fuck is he negotiating trade deals with every country in the world? And yet he still has time to pardon these reality TV people. We had a city councilman here who was convicted of bribery. He's going to pardon him? You can't make it up. But anyway, my point is, they're not making these deals. They're not talking. This is just going to go on forever. He said, "Oh, we're going to make 90 deals in 90 days." They don't got no deals. None. I think we're getting close to 60 days now. So you got 30 days left. He got a 90-day pause on China. I think that, that's gonna come up soon. And then he'll just pause it again, because that's the other. So I guess the people on Wall Street, they started noticing, like, oh, he always just backs down. I guess that's why they feel like it's safe to invest in. He's not gonna, he's not really gonna go through with it. Like, he keeps, well, kick the can down the road, like. And I don't believe they're going to negotiate with these people. Why would you negotiate it if you think, well, now it's in court, and like by the time you negotiate a deal, the court could say, well, this is illegal and he can't do it. So there is going to be no negotiations. There is going to be no trade deals. Don't you understand? They're fucking morons. The whole thing is a quagmire of shit that they created for themselves. They could tweet things, but things were humming along okay, Right. We're going to restructure how everything in the world works. And make it work around us. Everybody else in the world is like, man, fuck you, dude. They're working right now with the other people. I guarantee you. This is what's going on. Nobody can come back to us. They don't give a shit about us. Don't you? They did it one time. Trump's burned all that. As long as these people are in power, ain't nobody gonna fuck with us. We can't be trusted. They cleaned out all the smart people out of the government. Replaced them all with idiot nutlickers who grovel at Trump's feet. You think that these countries... Imagine that these people got to talk. These people are world leaders who worked their whole lives to become leaders of their country. And then they go, we need to talk to the United States. And he goes, well, I'll send my golf buddy. Yeah, he's a real estate guy. He's going to talk to you. You think that these people take them serious? I mean, of course, the cameras are on and they sit there and shit, but it's like, are you fucking kidding me, man? This is such a fucking disaster of epic proportion. And half the country's like, oh, this is great. It's one thing to be like, I'm a conservative and I have these principles, you know, and I want this. I want taxes to be like this, and I want this and the other. Politics, you know, regular politics. This is not that. This is something else. When you just let this guy just destroy everything and tell you to fuck off, that he isn't going to give you any disaster money, and he's going to cut your fucking Medicare and your mom's Social Security check, maybe. And you're like, this guy is the greatest. You're a fucking in a cult, bro. You're brainwashed. This is not politics. This is something else. This is, like I said, that you used to think this only happens in other countries, like North Korea or some shit. But no. No. This is happening here, right now. And while we bicker about all this shit, there's still hundreds of people locked up in Supermax prison in El Salvador. No one even seems to care about that anymore. You're down, and that guy's still down there after the Supreme Court. So, and nobody's going to do anything. Nobody said anything. They're just going to ignore the Supreme Court order 9-0. While we're over here talking about all this other shit. Because there's just so much shit going on. It's meme coin, fucking bribery, dinner. And I said, it's just like you move from one thing to another and you forget. I said, that's hundreds of people. That's hundreds of people's lives. Another court telling to bring back another guy, that gay barber dude. He ain't in no gang. Why the fuck is he in Seacott prison? And if you care so much about gangs, why are you pardoning the fucking leader of the gangster disciples? And no one cares. It's like, well, he's the president. He can pardon whoever he wants. That fucking sheriff, I think it was that sheriff. One of these people that he pardoned. Their mom raises millions of dollars for the Republican Party and was invited to this big fundraiser, $1 million fundraiser dinner, not 2 days or before he got this pardon. I said, he's selling pardons right out in the open. No one gives a shit. It's like I said to you before, this system is too weak to protect itself from these people. The system itself isn't doing shit. These people should be going to jail. He's letting people out. You can't make it up. It's like living in a bizarro world. I tell you this much: all the shit that they taught you in civics and all that shit, it's all bullshit. I mean, there was a time, I guess, that, like Nixon respected the system enough to just step aside. He didn't want to fight it. Well, he knew he was caught cold. He would be impeached, probably removed from office. Because back then, there wasn't a bunch of drooling nutlickers in the Congress that would just let him go. We could have killed Trump 3 fucking times. He was impeached 3 times, and he deserved each one of them. And if he wasn't impeached for the other 2 things he did, he definitely should have been impeached for January 6th, and he would never have been allowed to run for public office again. He would have been disgraced and gone Hey, Ken, what's up, man? But no, because the nutlickers wouldn't do it. And why do you think that is? There's many. I've been saying from the beginning, Trump is just an instrument of some kind of greater forces. I don't know if it's Putin or Russia. Well, I mean, you can tell that these people have they got money back. Russia's spread money all over the right wing. And that's the money that you know about, not the dark money, that nobody knows about. But I'm saying there's millions of dollars. They gave millions of dollars to Tim Pool and Benny Johnson. What do you think they're giving to people like Trump? Or these senators that they fucking bought off over the years? Why do you think it is that the Republican Party, for years and years and years, the Republican Party was the one who was like, Russia is the enemy, they're the enemy of the world, and we have to fight Russia, and slowly, they all of a sudden were like, well, Russia ain't so bad. They're all meeting over there in Russia, and they come back, well, Russia, well, they used to be the enemy, but, I think that might be okay now. What George Bush said, I looked into his eyes, I seen his soul. He's a good man. Trump's golf buddy was like, I trust him. You trust him? That's how you get polonium poisoning. What happened? I trusted Vladimir Putin. Hair's falling out and shit. The teeth. What's wrong with you? I don't know. He made me a Moscow mule. I thought it tasted a little funny, but yes, that's the polonium. It is now eating you from the inside. Or perhaps you fall out a window. That's one of Putin's favorite. Remember he blew up the fucking Wagner dude? Remember this happened like last year. Or the Wagner dude was like, started marching on Moscow. And like, oh, it's going to be a coup. They're going to get rid of Vladimir Putin. And then all of a sudden he stopped. And Putin told him whatever, he's like, it'll be all right. I will take care of you. Or whatever he told him. He probably told him he'd kill his fucking family and shit if he doesn't stop. That's what he probably told him. But no one will know what he told him, but he stopped. And he was like, all right, I guess I'll just go back to running the Wagner. And he went back, and like, wasn't even a week later, his plane was flying, it just blew the fuck up. And he's dead. And what did Putin do? He went on TV. It was like, I want to send my deepest condolence to his family. And you're like, that's some gangster shit. You think for 1 second that Donald Trump can compete with something like that? That's why I always thought it was funny. People are like, oh, Trump, they're scared of Trump. Like, they ain't scared of Trump. Trump is a pussy, man. He fucking got broke up yesterday because that woman called him a chicken. And you're telling me he's going to stare down Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin tear his throat out with his bare hands. Snap his little fucking turkey neck. And like, not think nothing about it. You think Trump would do something like that? Hell no. Well, first of all, he can't get a hold of you with his little baby hands. But other than that, he ain't got the balls. He ain't got the heart. Trump is a pussy. He ain't got no... He is not a... People say, oh, he's a charismatic figure. It's like, I never understood that either. This motherfucker just rambles on, says dumb shit. Like, oh, he's so full of charisma. No, he just won't shut the fuck up. He talks constantly. He never shuts up. And they say, oh, he they say, oh, he meets with the media more than anybody. I'm like, really? Yeah, but what does he say? He fucking just lies his ass off constantly. He just goes, rambles off on the crazy fucking, tangents about nothing. And I go, oh, this guy, he answers all the questions. He don't answer a single question. And everything he says a lie. Listen, when you can't trust the health reports from the Department of Health, your country is fucked. I mean, I hate to tell you that. You're on your own. Because, like I said, you're in a car that's being driven by a 10-year-old. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't think he's too useful. I said he's done more to destroy this country than Vladimir Putin ever could. That's why I'm saying that's why he supported him. He's like, we need to get this fucking moron in charge. They've infiltrated the country from within. Like I said, it found the perfect fucking patsy or whatever you want to call him. I mean, I don't even know what you'd call something like that. But they're like, he doesn't even have to be like a Russian agent. Like, I don't think he is, because not in the sense that a normal Russian agent would be, because a normal Russian agent would be in the loop and they'd tell him things. They're not telling Donald Trump anything. They're going, here's some money. Go fuck some shit up. All he seems to care about is getting revenge on people he doesn't like. Grudges, It's like this Harvard thing. They say, oh, his son, his dumbass son Barron applied to Harvard, and Harvard turned him down, and that's why he's got a grudge on for Harvard. And then Melania had to come out and say, he never applied to Harvard. I don't know what they're talking about. But I mean, like, if he did, there's records of it. Trump said yesterday that he's going to pardon the people who were planning to kidnap the governor of Michigan. He's going to pardon them because he thinks they were railroaded. In the meantime, they bought night vision goggles and were sitting outside her house. He's gonna pardon these people. And he says, I watched the trial. And I have a feeling I thought they were getting railroaded, and it's like, it's a federal trial, bro. It wasn't on TV. There's no way he could have watched it. Again, lie. All he does is lie. You can't believe any word that comes out of the man's mouth. He's a compulsive, lying, narcissistic sociopath. People go, oh, he's filled with charisma. Is it charisma? Yes. All right, Questo. Thanks for watching. Have a good night at work. And yes, take those Trumpers weekend. No, my show got canceled, so I'll be on Saturday. Yeah, show got canceled, so I'll be on Saturday. I'm going with my dad to see Jon Stewart tomorrow. I don't know even what to say anymore. Except for, we got to stop taking this shit. People just sitting there taking it. That's the thing, is Trump has normalized insanity. It's normal now. It's it's just like, yeah, well, that's Trump. He does Trump things. It's like, what, stupid and crazy, yeah. Corrupt? Oh, yeah, by all means. He says, break the law. Who gives a shit? And that's what was funny is Caroline, what's her name? Uh, fucking Baghdad Barbie. Remember Baghdad Bob? Who we bombed the shit out of Iraq. And Baghdad Bob would come out and standing on the rubble like, we have crushed the Americans. Like, that's what she's like. It's that level of like North Korean, Iraq, ridiculous dictator bullshit. Where all they do is lick his balls and lie about shit. When she says, after the federal court turned the tariff, she says, the court should have no role here. This is a troubling and dangerous trend of unelected judges inserting themselves into the presidential decision-making process. It's like, yes, it's called the Constitution and the law, you dumb bitch. Just because you're the president doesn't mean you can just break the law whenever you want. There are rules. The rule is not that Trump is God. That's not the rule. It's never been the rule. But that's what they think. They're like, oh, you should be able to do anything he wants. Wherever he wants. And how dare you question it? Really, man? It's like... I missed that meeting where we decided that the Constitution wasn't worth a fuck anymore. I missed the meeting. So, can you run that back for me? Can I get the minutes of that meeting? Can I? When did we decide that Trump is all powerful and can do whatever he wants? And any judge, including ones that he appointed. Say, hey man, you're fucking going too far. And he's like, oh, these are activist liberals. Like, you appointed the guy. Tell me activist liberal. It's so absurd. It's beyond like that you would, like she said, like that you even think it's real. There's no fucking way that this can be real. Hey, the rest of the world's looking at us. We have become a reality television show for the rest of the world. Only this motherfucker has hundreds of nuclear weapons and a large army that's ran by a drunk. Possible rapist. He's excessive. I didn't rape that girl. I did give her $50,000. Tell her to sign a paper to keep her mouth shut. But that's totally not because I raped her. Why would you give her $50,000? I'm going to tell you something right now. No girl's ever accused me of raping her. Ever. Because I would never fucking do that. But if some girl said I raped her, I didn't rape her. I ain't giving her $50,000. Fuck you. I would go to my death to say it. I never fucking did that. I don't know what she's fucking talking about. What do you say? These are unnamed. These are anonymous accusations. It's like, yeah, because you made her sign a paper that said she can't talk. That's why it's anonymous. Otherwise, she'd be sitting up there saying, yeah, he raped me in that hotel room. like this drunk guy who's totally unqualified. He's running the Defense Department, right? Meanwhile, planes are just falling off the side of aircraft carriers. 3 of them. There's about $100 million worth of fighter jets laying on the bottom of the Red Sea. because this dumb drunk is running the Defense Department. And nobody cares. Again, no one cares. They say, oh, well, he got confirmed. And the Congress doesn't care. And, there's another town hall yesterday in Iowa. The congresswoman was getting yelled. The whole town, the whole place was, people are mad. They pissed off. Like, oh, yeah, passed this beautiful bill. They cut everybody's Medicare, run up the debts. We got to Doge. We got to carve out the spending. But then why? Because we're gonna add $4 trillion. For what? For prisons and weapons and the Golden Dome. Did you see this? Trump brought back Reagan's Star Wars thing. If you're not old enough to remember, in the 1980s, Reagan was like pumping this thing. It was called Star Wars. That's what they called it. People called it that. I forget what they called it. It wasn't Star Wars. It was like the strategic something. Anyway, it's supposed to be satellites that they were going to invent and develop that shot lasers or something and would destroy missiles. It's a myth. It's never going to happen. First of all, back then they didn't have the technology to pull it off. But that didn't stop them from trying and pouring a bunch of money into it. So Trump has revived this idea. Because Israel has a thing they call the Golden Dome. I don't know if you know this. It works pretty good. But Israel is about the size of Massachusetts. It's not a really big place. The United States is fucking huge. You're not going to have a Golden Dome that's big enough to protect all of the United States. Now, you might be able to put some kind of defense system into cities, maybe, but there's always going to be some place that somebody could bomb the shit out of if they wanted to, because this country's just too fucking big. Like the missile defense Golden Dome works, I said, if you're protecting Massachusetts or, a small area. The United States is vast. Just California itself is fucking 20 times larger. It's a myth. It's not going to happen. But anyway, Trump says, we're going to build this Golden Dome, and it's going to cost $100 billion. Of course, it's not going to work. And even if they do it, it won't be done by the time he's again, like, everything he says is bullshit. It's not going to happen. But anyway, so here's the funny part of it. See, Truth out on his Truth Social. That's the other thing. We got president by tweet. That's fucking, it's unbelievable. But anyway, so he tweets out, so I called Canada. I told him, you want to be a part of this Golden Dome. and if you can be for $61 billion, or you don't have to pay $61 billion, you can become the 51st state. They're considering the offer. They're not fucking considering that offer. They're not going to give you $61 billion, and they're not going to fucking lay down and become a state. You're just talking out your ass. It's like, hey, what the fuck is this? What the guy says, oh, I'm going to build this military project, and then tell the country next to you, hey, you got to kick in for this. Even though they didn't ask for it. You got to give me $61 billion. You got to go fuck yourself, dude. What the fuck? All you can do is laugh at this shit. I said, what do you think Canadians would think? I'll try to get Brian Patterfee back on here so he can tell us a Canadian perspective again of what's going on. It's pretty unbelievable that. I mean, think about how crazy that is. Then he just tells another country, "You gotta give me $61 billion for what? Because I built this dome." Look at how big Canada is. You're gonna cover that too? It's fucking insane. It's never gonna happen. But who do you think's gonna get the money to put this stuff into space? Elon Musk and his exploding rockets. He blew up another one yesterday. Oh, have you seen that? This one made it, like the other ones blew up like when they were going up. This one made it up. But then when it started to come back down, it fucking started spinning and just blew up. You're like, well, they got a little farther, but it still blew up. Listen, we believe it exploded over the Indian Ocean. This guy's genius. Super genius. It's again, you can't. And here's my counter to that as well. They say, well, we had to cut NASA and turn in space exploration over to these private companies, because they'll be more efficient, they'll do it in a better way, whatever. And like, I'm asking you, I grew up, I don't really remember ever, except for the Challenger explosion, too many NASA rockets just blowing up. Like, they went to space numerous times. They took people to the moon back. They got a ship. They got lost, and they managed to get it back to Earth. Yeah, they did all these things. So was NASA really that bad? No, they just don't want to pay for it. Musk is really doing a better job. Is he? He says, we're gonna have self-driving cars by 2020. 5 years later, they still don't have it. He's like, it's coming. It's coming. He's just like Trump, the carnival barker salesman. They're selling you fantasies that they're never gonna happen. In the meantime, he's sucking money out to do it. Yeah. You see, I need this $10 billion contract and get us to Mars. Like, is it really? How about you make a rocket that don't fucking blow up first? I wouldn't feel too safe riding in them rockets. Get in there. Strap in. It's gonna blow up. I don't know. We're gonna see, aren't we? Like, yeah, we're gonna see, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for watching as always. I said I'm going Jon Stewart tomorrow, but my show got canceled, so which kind of sucks, but in a way, it's kind of all right too, because my mom's not in good shape. What? And I gotta keep an eye on her. So anyway, I'll be back on Saturday as normal, and I'll try to get Danielle to come on. Hopefully he's been just doing something with his daughter the last couple weeks. Well, no, he had to take Savannah to the airport because she was going to Japan. But hopefully he'll be free this week. I'll ask him tomorrow, and hopefully he'll come on. And then I'm going to have my friend, the comedian Johnny Ray, on next week. He was in the seminary and almost became a priest. So we're gonna talk about religion next Thursday. So get ready for that. And I thank everybody for watching. Seriously, thank you. I'm Bruce Leonard. This is Bruce Leonard Leans Left, while it's still legal. And go out and enjoy your Thursday night. And I'll see you on Saturday. Thanks a lot, everybody, for hanging out. And Ken, thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you on Saturday. Thank you very much.